Good morning, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you for showing up, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Because showing up in all its forms is the very first act of courage. And that's what I want to talk about today, the courage to begin. Now, I don't mean courage in the heroic Hollywood kind of way. I'm not talking about charging into burning buildings or leaping off cliffs. I'm talking about the kind of courage that lives inside all of us, the courage to raise your hand, to make the call, to say yes, or sometimes no. Courage to take that very first step into something unknown. Part one, the first step is always the hardest. Let's be honest, starting is terrifying. Whether you're launching a startup, beginning a new job, ending a toxic relationship, writing your first book, or simply deciding to eat healthier, that first move is the hardest. Why? Because it's filled with uncertainty. And our brains, they hate uncertainty. We're wired for survival. Our minds want patterns, predictability, control. But beginnings, real beginnings, rarely offer that. They're messy, unclear, awkward, and above all, vulnerable. But here's the paradox. Every incredible journey, every business that changed the world, every social movement that redefined history, every personal transformation that reshaped a life, it all began the same way, with a single, uncertain, audacious step. That first sales pitch you fumbled. That blank page on the laptop screen. That awkward first date after a heartbreak. That gym registration form filled with shame. That one shaky yes. Part two, the real enemy isn't fear, it's comfort. Fear gets a bad reputation. People say don't be afraid, but fear isn't your enemy. It's a sign you're on the edge of something meaningful. The real enemy is comfort. You see, fear screams, but comfort whispers. It tells you this is fine. You don't need to risk that. Who do you think you are to try something new? Comfort keeps us exactly where we are, even when we're unhappy, even when we know we're meant for more. But nothing grows in comfort. Not ideas, not leadership, not relationships, not you. You don't need fearlessness to begin. You need courage in the face of fear. There's a big difference. Part three, stories of courageous beginnings. Let me tell you about a few people you've probably heard of. But I want you to hear their beginnings, not their endings. Oprah Winfrey. Before she became one of the most influential women in media history, she was told she was unfit for television, fired from her first TV job. Imagine if she believed them. Elon Musk. Before SpaceX became a company launching rockets into space, his first 3 launches failed. And I don't mean kind of failed. I mean they exploded publicly. He was out of money and almost bankrupt. One more failure would have ended the dream. But he launched again. The 4th one? Success. Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She sold fax machines door to door while working on her product idea at night. She had zero background in fashion. Her idea was laughed at by almost every manufacturer she pitched. Today, she's a self-made billionaire. You know how many people supported her at the beginning? 1. Herself. Here's the lesson. They didn't start because they had a guarantee. They started despite having none. Part 4. Progress over perfection. Let's shift the mindset. Progress matters more than perfection. Our culture glorifies perfection. Instagram feeds, LinkedIn success stories. Everyone seems like they have it figured out. But what you don't see are the thousands of invisible steps it took them to get there. When we obsess over getting it perfect, we never begin. We spend more time planning than doing. We rewrite the email draft 10 times and never send. Here's the truth. Done is better than perfect when you're starting. Every successful person you admire started messy, but they started. Consistency beats intensity. One small action, taken every day, will beat a burst of inspiration every time. Part 5. Embracing vulnerability. Here's something no one talks about enough. Vulnerability is part of the journey. You will make mistakes. You will fail. You will feel foolish at times. That's not weakness. That's growth. Vulnerability is saying, I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to try. It's saying, I might be judged, but this matters to me. It's stepping up even when your voice shakes. I once heard Brené Brown say, vulnerability is the birthplace of innovation, creativity and change. She's right. Because if you're not willing to risk being wrong, you'll never discover what's right. Part 6, momentum is built, not given. Here's something important. Courage isn't a one-time event. It's a habit. You don't need to leap off a cliff. You need to take the next step, and the next one after that. Courage grows through action. With each small win, you gain confidence. Each failure teaches resilience. And over time, you build momentum. Suddenly, you look back and realize you're no longer at the start. You're in motion. The hardest part was beginning, and you already did that. Part 7. The ripple effect of beginning. There's one more thing I want you to think about. When you take that first step, you're not just changing your life, you're giving permission to others to do the same. Your courage is contagious. You show your kids what resilience looks like. You show your team what leadership feels like. You show your friends what it means to chase a dream. You inspire someone watching silently from the sidelines who just needed a little proof that it was possible. This isn't just about you, this is bigger than you. Part 8. Begin again, and again, and again. And maybe you already began once, and it didn't work out. That's okay. You can begin again. You can begin a new relationship after heartbreak, a new dream after failure, a new mindset after years of doubt. There is no expiration date on beginning again. As long as you're breathing, you have another chance. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this. Whatever you've been holding back on, begin. Not because it's easy, not because you're ready, but because it matters. And once you begin, keep going. One step, then another, and another. Because the courage to begin is the seed of every great thing you will ever do. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. And thank you for beginning. Take that first. I'll see you on the journey.